There are three pillars to really reclaiming yourself um, in 911 to get back to being you and to get back to being healthy and strong. One is compassion satisfaction, another is healthy habits, and another is self awareness. And so all of these things need to be built up for you to be healthy and whole. The cool thing is you're a whole person. So wherever you start, whatever small thing that you do will help everything else. And so I always tell people start now, start small, start with one. One of the starting places that you can choose if you want to is compassion satisfaction. Compassion satisfaction is kind of the counterbalance to the negativity that happens in 911. Compassion satisfaction is that feel good when you truly help someone. When you know that you've helped someone, it generates oxytocin in your bloodstream, which is a feel good hormone. It's the hormone that's released when you feel love. And so that compassion satisfaction increases that hormone for you. Now, there's a simple way to increase your compassion satisfaction. You know what happens in 911. You help somebody, you don't take the time to feel good about it because the phone's still ringing. There's somebody else to help. There's something else that needs to be done. There's someone on the radio talking to you. There's someone in the communication center who needs something. There's always something else going on. And so when you truly help somebody, you don't have the opportunity to feel that compassion satisfaction, to have that hormonal release that makes you feel good about what you're doing and while you're doing it. And so this is what I challenge people to do in your quiet time. Now, you know, if you've followed me at all, you know that I want you to take 5 minutes a day at least to sit in intentional silence or to have a guided meditation. Just take some time for yourself. 5 minutes, you have 5 minutes. When you do that and you choose to focus on compassion satisfaction, this is how I want you to do it. First, you calm yourself down by breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And do that 2 or 3 times. When you go back to your regular breathing, pay attention to your breath when it comes in and when it goes out. And that's a way to stay in touch with here and now. And use the power of your imagination. Your imagination is incredibly powerful. And remember a time when you helped someone. Remember it in as much detail as you can. I'll tell you the one that I use most frequently. Years ago, I'm sure it was 40 years ago, I was in the communications center and I answered a call from a woman who sounded like she might be in her 90s. I don't know how old she truly was. But she said, "Honey, my husband died 7 years ago, and he always told me not to throw batteries in the trash because I don't even know why, but he didn't want me to throw batteries in the trash, and he always took care of them, and he's been gone 7 years. And I have 7 years worth of dead batteries. I don't know what to do with them." Well, at that time, our fire department had a program where they would take in dead batteries. I don't know what they did with them, but they weren't going into the landfills. And so I told her about it. And when I tell you, she was so grateful. She just went on and on and on about how sweet I was and what a good person I was to help her this way. And it felt so good in that moment, and that I have been able to recall that moment over and over again. And so when you recall that moment, when you know that you've helped someone, I want you to notice how it feels in your body. Notice where you feel it. For me, I feel it near my heart. I feel my heart is expanded and it feels like my lungs expand. If I really get into it, my fingers will tingle. But some people report feeling it in their gut. And so notice in your body, where do you feel it? And when you've noticed where that feeling is, I want you to stay with that feeling for as long as you can. Um, and then, you come out of the meditation the way you normally do. So the thing with feelings is they can only last about 90 seconds in your body. To get a feeling to last longer than that, you have to repeat the thought in your mind. So when we get angry and we stay angry, that's what we're doing. We're repeating it in our minds. When our feelings are hurt and our feelings keep getting hurt, we keep staying in that pain. We're replaying it in our mind. We can do that with good feelings too. It doesn't always have to be pain or disappointment or anger. We can do that with good feelings. And so I challenge you to practice compassion satisfaction for yourself. You'll be amazed at how your brain starts to look for things to be experiencing compassion satisfaction. Because what you do is you trigger your reticular activating system in your brain that helps you look for things, helps you notice things. So when you practice compassion satisfaction, you're training your brain to notice when you feel that, to notice when you help someone and really capture that feeling. And that physiology of that release of oxytocin, it helps to elevate your mood and it helps to elevate your well-being in this life. You have so much more control over how you feel than we typically learn when we're coming up. And so I hope this helps. Take good care. I love you.